Da 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 circus da 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 Afro circus Afro circus Afro polka polka dot polka dot Afro da 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 circus da 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 Afro Afro circus Afro polka dot polka dot polka dot Afro. Actually, I just came from the cinema after seeing Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, and honestly, I think this is the pinnacle of the trilogy itself because there are quite a few things that are happening with this particular installation of the Madagascar franchise. And I'm not going to say everything that happens, but I was a little bit surprised at the amount of innuendo that was going on and how much of it I actually understood, much to my chagrin. And but it was hysterical. I was just laughing my tuchus off, and I just loved it. And the animation was beautiful. The characters were fantastic, and I loved all the voice actors and actresses. And uh, even Martin Short was in it, and I'm not sure what role he played. Kind of makes me wonder, but I'm too lazy to wiki it. So, um, the movie itself is very enjoyable. It's very bright and colorful and has some really good messages in it as well. At least I thought. I thought it brought home some really good moral lessons, even though there is quite a bit of there are some sexual undertones, and for a family film, I was surprised, but yeah, it's DreamWorks and it's what they do, and they're known for this. They're known for being just a little edgy, and some of the humor came across as maybe a teensy weensy bit raunchy at times, but it was very enjoyable and very funny. And I was even close to crying in one scene, and I'm not going to say which scene that was, and I won't even give any clues as to what character was involved with it, but I've cried in DreamWorks films before. This one I didn't, but they almost had me. But there are quite a few references to pop culture within this film, um, and there are a lot of sight gags and slapstick. Good old Schadenfreude. Basically, the first gag that they have is it harkens to Star Trek, and it's very amusing. And then they had a little bit of an homage to Chicken Run, I thought, and also again Star Trek. I thought they would make the Klingon joke with this movie, but they didn't, which kind of disappointed me because I did in my head. But we've heard that one before. It's kind of cliche. It was still enjoyable. Um, they had a lot of jokes about the Europeans and the kind of Jewish humor at the very beginning with a lion, um, a zebra, a giraffe, and a hippo walk into a casino. What are they doing there? And Melman says, "Why don't you ask the rabbi?" And I thought that was hilarious, but there are a lot of people that didn't even laugh at that joke. I guess they don't understand Jewish humor, but it's that old type of Yiddish joke that only a few people really get, and it's funnier if you tell it with an accent. But oh well, that type of humor sometimes doesn't translate well. Let's see. They had a lot of references to just clever references. I thought to different pop culture things. They had some really good music in there. Cirque Du Soleil was involved. A lot of different songs were referenced, and I just laughed. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed, and I really latched on to these new characters, and I felt like they were important, and that's really impressive to me because it's hard to make an audience to care about characters they don't know anything about, and we're introduced to them, particularly Vitaly, the Russian tiger, and I really felt uh, sorry for him later on because he has a very tragic tale involved with him, and I won't say what it is, but actually the whole train of circus animals, they have kind of a pathetic existence. But that changes. Everything changes for the better in the end, and that's the whole thing. At first, it's a lie that multiplies and multiplies and multiplies, and later on, Alex makes amends for his wrongdoing, and then you have this whoa. Then you have this great villainess named Dubois, and Dubois is psycho, but she's just terrific. I just love to hate her. The only thing I don't care for is the fact that they make the French the bad guys again. I'm not gonna say anything about that because I have friends who are French, and I don't really want to go into that. But not every bad guy is French. But despite that, she fits the mold of a perfect villainess. And she is very impressive in and of herself. I don't know what else to say about the movie other than I loved all the characters, particularly the Jaguar. Vitaly, I adored Vitaly, even though he comes across as kind of gruff and tough and bitter and jaded, and he has his reasons though, and they're understandable. And of course, I liked Stefano, the seal. He's actually a sea lion, but he's just a joyful character. He's got a lot of heart and soul, and he's just a very likable character, I felt. And you just want to hug him because he's got so much heart. Of course, our main quatrain or quartet, so it is. We always love them, and they're our main stars. Actually, it's Alex, Melman, Marty, Gloria. Yeah, it's a quatrain. Unless you count Julian. Yeah, I guess it's a quintrain? Yeah, I don't know what we should call that. Quintuplet. Yeah, quintuplets. But King Julian, I think that his character was probably the funniest. Yes, he had some of the best lines in the whole. Sorry, I don't know what it is about today. It must be something in the air. But anyway, I really love King Julian just because I adore Sacha Baron Cohen, and he is just a hoot and a riot and a half. And this may seem a little bit darker because there are some scary scenes that would kind of disturb younger children. So I wouldn't recommend taking children that are under the age of 7, or they probably get freaked out a little bit. Especially during the Twilight Zone scene at the very beginning, and later on with Sonia the bear. Now that scene's a little bit intense, for a kid. Oh, speaking of Sonia, they do a little homage to Streetcar Named Desire, and I was the only one that caught on to that. Oh, and they show something I thought was very intriguing at the very end. They show the monument where the towers used to be, and they have this airstrip in the middle of the ocean with Enterprise on it. I thought I saw Enterprise. Now, someone, I don't know if you can verify it, but I think I saw it, and the name of the airstrip is Mal de Mer, which in français means seasickness. And I was laughing at that, and other people like, what's she laughing at? What's so funny? It's just because I have better eyesight, and I catch on to things like that. But it was very clever, very catchy, cute, enjoyable, likable. Filled with a lot of good messages for the little kids, I think. And even as a person who's older and grown up with animation all my life, I enjoyed it quite a bit myself, and I just laughed my fanny off at a great many number of different things. And I like the fact that one of the penguins is named Kowalski, because I got a Polish background, so I felt a little bit of homage to that. And I think they were just doing kind of an homage to secret agent stuff, and that was really marvelously done. So as far as movies are concerned, I think Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, I give it 4 stars, and two thumbs way up. It definitely see it because it's really enjoyable, and the characters are very lovable and likable, and you you'll laugh yourself silly. I guarantee you that you'll just love it.